Welcome back to another edition of Celtics Spotlight here on the Carlow Sports Network. Sean Meyers joined by a sophomore on the women's soccer team, Harley Vincler. Harley, thank you for doing this. How's your day going?
My day's going well. Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. And certainly it's been a pleasure for you this season as you got your first collegiate goal a couple of weeks ago. What was that feeling like?
It was a feeling that you really can't describe before you've done it. And it was definitely, you could feel the love and support of everyone else and how they were so excited for me as well.
You're a sophomore now. What were the biggest areas of growth that you've experienced from last year as a freshman to this point?
I definitely think my confidence on the ball is really just the major difference. As a freshman, it's definitely harder to play your best because you are new, and that's always a challenge in itself.
This year you got to open the season down south. You were in Florida for the first couple of matches. What were some of the best moments of that trip?
I think just being together as a group really can help you bond as a team. It's Florida, so you can't complain. Can't complain.
What are some of the best strengths of the team this year?
I think we are all very committed and determined to, regardless of the outcome, to finish strong as a team together.
When you looked at this year coming into this season, what objectives did you set for yourself and for the team as a whole?
For the team as a whole, I definitely wanted to see us be able to build the play more and work off the ball and be able to score a lot more. For myself, I definitely think that I wanted to play a lot more than I did freshman year, and just to be a better player and teammate to everyone.
Go back a couple years. What led to your decision to come to Carlow University?
So actually, Alan Duda was my travel coach when I was 12 years old, so I've known him for a very long time, and he's watched me play since I was little, so he knows how I play, and he reached out to me junior year, and my two other best friends, Natalie DeJordan and Aaron Thompson, go here as well, so that was definitely something that was encouraging, and being able to start the Best Buddies program here was also really cool, and I wanted to do that as well.
And we'll get into that momentarily, but first, what's your major and an ideal future profession for you?
My major is early childhood and special education. I want to be a special ed teacher for very profound children, probably like in Pittsburgh Publics.
What are some of the biggest challenges of being a student athlete?
I think one of the biggest challenges is time management and the lack of sleep you get with traveling and having to play and having more expectations than the average person does here at college.
Able to squeeze some naps in every now and then?
And we try.
So you are the president of Best Buddies.
Yes.
You talked about that before. Why is that an important cause to you? Talk a little bit about it.
I was involved with Best Buddies in high school, and it really changed my output on life in general. I didn't really know what I wanted to do before working with individuals with special needs, and being given that opportunity was probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, and turning that into something that I could bring here, it's really cool just to see how things can grow and how many friendships and connections you can make with other people that you may not have made with before.
Let's go back to your high school days at Bethel Park. What's your fondest memory from there?
Oh man, I would probably say, are you saying soccer-wise or just in general?
Whatever jumps out.
Probably Best Buddies. Working with my buddy, his name is Aiden. It was really cool because I was the student of the month for September, and then in October he got it, so it was really cool because we were both able to be seen that we were doing something so positive for the school.
Talking about your time in high school, let's say you were able to go back theoretically and give yourself advice when you were a high school freshman. What would that be?
Oh, wow. I would say probably not to get so worked up over everything, and the aspect of life, little things are going to determine who you are, what you do as a person. And I think not getting so worked up and involved in everyone else's lives is really something that I would have liked to know, but
Easier said than done.
we live and we learn. We live and we learn.
If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Chicken nuggets.
I could do that as well. I'm a big chicken nuggets fan. Like dinosaur shaped or?
I mean, I like anything.
Okay, good enough.
Any chicken nuggets.
What is your favorite holiday?
I like. Well, I can't consider my birthday a holiday, so
not
I
technically.
would say Christmas. I just like being with my family and always being together.
Lastly, I asked you before what advice you would give yourself, but what's the best advice that you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever received is probably to just always believe in yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the only person that can change what you're doing and how you're doing it. So it's very important to be self-grounded within yourself, to understand how to be your best version of yourself.
Good stuff. Certainly words of wisdom right there. Thank you so much for doing this.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
That's Harley Vincler, a sophomore for the Celtics women's soccer team, right here on the Celtics Spotlight.